Greetings everyone, boy that was close to catastrophe, and welcome back to Anno 1800 here once more to a city with trains finally. It feels great because that is always one of those achievements that you have after quite a few hours of investment, right? And at some point they just roll and bring me lots and lots of juicy bonuses. Besides the look, of course. Now we continue onwards in a pleasant capital right now that is a Crownfall, so it's not super bad, right? We're continuing on, no, not really with a battle. There was just a mishunt ship coming around, delivering, I probably guess, building resources, because she wants to definitely build something here. Holy cow, look at that. Slinky Sinistra, Warlock of Perforian Warships was added. This actually gives me a blueprint to build Perforian warships in my shipyard. That's great. Honestly, I did not expect something like this from Miss Hunt. Let's get this one over here to my main harbor area, because with that we can build new types of ships as well, on top of everything else. I would like to also jump right over here to the old world again, because we have a lot of money right now, and also a lot of income here, by the way, and I would like to use this to purchase another share of Miss Hunt, just so that we invest, and with all those share incomes, we're already sitting at 7,000 additional income right now, so that's a good investment here. Now, one thing I would like to check out real quick and real diligently is if we have any rum in already. That's very important to me. There is rum in. Alright, it's 130 tons. With the engineers that we have, we're consuming 18 tons right now. In, where do we produce rum again? Was it in Tomasi or in Fabes? It was in Quilming. We don't have the surplus at the moment that I'm looking forward to. So let's actually jump first to the old world, because here I do have my harbor with my weapons stationed. I would also like to continue with another ship and also another 2 royal galleons that I would like to add. We're also building another flamethrower here, because every single bit of military score is important to me, to also keep the peace here with the pirates. The higher my score, the more likely it is for them to actually stay positive with me. And Benta, of course. Now, let's jump back to the New World, where we do have the rum production, and also now everything ready here in Fabes for the brick production. So yeah, let's actually go ahead with this right away. Let's have obreros in Fabes finally, and that's 300, and with that we are finally able also then to build me the clay deposit here. That's already 100 obreros, right? So it's really expensive, and each one of them costs me another 50 obreros. So I would like to have 2 of them at least active, so let's just go ahead and upgrade a few more. And Upstart repaint the new world in their own image. Oh, we have enough obreros and unlocked the artistas, right? A new generation of people. So if we fulfill all the demands of the obreros now, we can actually advance to the next tier then with those guys here and unlocking a whole new bunch of things. How's my consumption rates looking? They're fantastic. We can actually just go ahead and build me a few more Honoleros here to maximize the potential. And yeah, here. Right, so this looks a bit more unorthodox then. Very good. And in that case, the bricks are rolling. Where's my next clay deposit? Ah, very close. There it is, right? I would like to use this as well. That's 2 of them. Here, that makes more sense. Right, and with that we've used all the obreros here now. Let's also go in and boost them. Let's not do this. It's adding a bit too much unhappiness. What we can do is we could boost the... Oh, that's the same. Alright, let's not boost them at all. That hurts a bit too much. And of course, I would like to use now one of my royal clippers here to create me a new world trade route that has... Oh, by the way, we have airship routes unlocked. I don't have airships yet, but it's going to come. And let's get Fabes to Manola, and this one is then bricks. And in that case, it's a very safe route, right? As long as there is, as we're at peace with the pirate, this should be an easygoing route. And Litay is going to be on this trade route here right away. Perfect. New trade route in effect. Let's get over to Quilming. Bad name, by the way. So let's go for A la Mary. Once again, one of my long-term El Presidente patron supporters. Thank you very much for your continued support. In A la Mary, we do have the rum production, of course. Not that much workforce anymore. So let's just see how we could push this. We could push it by getting a few more materials over. And the lifestyle needs can also help out with that. However, I don't have a production for these yet. So let's actually go in and build me a few more honolers. Everywhere here. And also along this one.
I want to do my own thing for a while.
Getting a bit far away now from that marketplace, but it should still be fine. Now this is the cool city that is divided in the center, right, into 2 districts, with the industry zone then over here, where we also have then a trade union that we can use. With that, let's continue. Let's have 1, 2, 3 additional sugarcane plantations. And that means that I can also theoretically have 3 more rum distilleries. I could also go in and boost them. This is possible. We have a very high population happiness right now with the Honoleros, so boosting this by 50% is possible to save some of that workforce. And with that, we boost our production to 36 with Crownfalls. We should be looking at a very positive supply there now of, 16 tons, right? The only thing we need to check out is then the sugarcane, of course, where the production is not up to its standard, right? So let's go in and build me some more sugarcane plantations. Right over here. And there you go. And also a few more over here. Once again, also with those fertilizer silos. We need to get the poop first. And for that, we need to get a bigger city first. Before we can finally boost those plantations to oblivion. It's a lot of unhappiness we get here by doing this. So I'm not doing it. Yeah, it's fine now, right? We could even add 1 more rum distillery, but let's get the surplus going. And the other thing is then the logs, and here we still need to push production. Let's just see, I might actually get me another row of lumberjacks here.
A wonderful opportunity for change.
Non-aggression pact for 260,000. Why should I do this? Or are you in the mood for declaring war on me, Bente? I hope not. Very good. So this is that, and with that we have boosted it all further. Let's also go ahead and have another 2 warehouses here, because those 2 seem to be a bit overwhelmed right now, especially this one. You got a lot of traffic jam in front of it. Carts waiting for their turn, so we definitely do want to have more warehouses. A quick attack on Canton we intercept by moving my fleet over there, but it is close, right? If there would have been a few more ships, you could have taken over this island here. So once again, we need to spend resources on defense, and that is then the weapons and stuff like that.
Ship under attack.
And yeah, let's take 100 tons of weapons, because honestly we just might as well do it, right? There's also a nice loot. And there's also my main fleet coming in here. Sneaky mishunt. Yeah, let's also take over this island again. We are actually that close already to taking it over. There you go. And destroy her dominance. Also, this is running out in 30 seconds, so we might as well just take it over then again as well. And with that, all these islands belong to me again, plus some reinforcements.
Your enemy's resistance is crumbling.
And of course, oh, there it is. Take over.
No, it cannot be.
It cannot be.
I will not rest until it
Like
is
she's
returned to
surprised.
me.
Ship under
And 4 would be fine. There you go. Plus the upgrade to the trading post. And another
Cannot
conquest.
pray will be
Perfect.
difficult to forgive you this act of
Let's actually just unload these things and get that one back home. This one's also now ours. Very good. Not the best items, but it's what it is.
your enemy's resistance is crumbling.
Right. Oh, there is something bigger on its way right now.
I see you're exploring yet more islands.
We got a lot more ships in. Let's just combine them again to something bigger and then probably destroy her as she's coming. Though she has, once again, those improved royal warships.
whisk you away.
Not the happiest bunch. And I think it's actually on. She wants it. We're going to lose the smaller warships there again. Or she's backing off again. I'm in no mood for big sea battles right now, so let's just see where this is going. Nowhere. She's backing off already. That's okay for me. Alright, we can continue onwards with city development. I would like to go ahead and upgrade more farmers once again to workers. These guys here. Also this district here is severely underdeveloped right now. And we also have still some farmers here. Of course, with some quick road upgrades, this should be possible. And also these guys here probably also lack once again the marketplace that is over here. So I could have an upgraded road going like this. Or
As always, I endure.
this one. It's probably the one that's the furthest away. Very good. And with that we got the full market coverage once more. And the same applies for this area. Let's just boost the reach once again for all of this. Royal Clipper with the rum. Are you real, Miss Hunt? Is this your strategy? Destroying my rum trader again?
People celebrate your leadership.
Now she will suffer because of that. Where's the improved version? Is that the improved version? Yeah, that's the one. They're a bit lighter. And look at how many hits they take. But if we can take down both of these improved versions, that's already a smaller victory here. Number 1 is down. And number 2 is down. Perfect. At least that's that. Let's get those ships back. And also, let's immediately replace my rum trader. There we got plenty of ships available. I'm actually going to assign 2 ships now. I think in the new world we also have Orion already. There it is, right? Ponus we have. That we start with 2 traders now because the demand of course is rising. And it's this one. Let's just drop the timber that we have. And let's also continue with building a few more Royal Clippers than here in Manola as well. We always want to have something there. Also, the plague is arriving in Crownfall. So we will need to start with the hospitals now on top of everything else. I might as well just... Yeah, I'm usually in the mood for just using some block like this one here to push them in, right? To get it going. And we probably also want one over here then somewhere. Yeah, once again instead of this one. And overlap is definitely wanted because those plagues can be quite severe and you want to have several hospitals in the servicing area then to get this done. On to the next deal, and that is the electricity and steel production. So steel primarily, as we are pushing now towards the engineers. I would like to also start with my steam motor production. This is really important because this gives me then the steamships, right, that we so urgently want at this point. Now, we are getting limited by space. We are producing around 36 steel per minute right now, which is already at the capacity, right? So there's no more buffer here. So I would like to double my output here. And of course, we can do this now with electricity. I would also like to combine this with the southern district of Crownfall right here. So somewhere in this area, we will need to have a power plant. Let's just check it out where we could have it potentially in the best possible location to get all the steel in, right? And to get also all the southern buildings in here. And as you can see, this is going to be tough because it's not the biggest range. So if I want to make this work, probably somewhere here, and then probably another one here for these guys here down the road. And then, yeah, those city districts will need their own. With the 4 fields that we have, I'm comfortably supplying 1 as a maximum. I probably will not be able to support more than that. So let's just go ahead. First of all, let's delete one of the weapon factories. We don't need that many weapon factories anymore. And I would also like to move this one over then. And they just require a lot of space. So perhaps we can squeeze it in like this. Nope. this is possible. Here, let's get rid of those roads. What we definitely want to achieve here as well is to place it as centrally as possible to also get in the southern area here, right? So only with this road connection do we get all the way down. There you go. Right, so we can actually get all of the steel beams in. If I push it over here, we can actually also get this down here into its radius. I don't like it so much. Move it a bit further even. If I have it here, we can even get some over here in. Get all the way to the commuter pier down. And also still a few buildings up here in the district. Yeah, I think we might as well just go for it like this one now. I could also still push it a bit further even. Yeah, that's better. Because now we can get even more buildings on the other side in. While still remaining complete control here as well. Right, so this I think is the best option. Because it now covers all the weapons. But also already all the soap. And also some engineers. Right, perfect. Then we have our steel factories here that I can comfortably get in. And then here we do still need to fiddle around a bit. Because I had this warehouse right in the way, right? Where it doesn't belong really. We can have the warehouse here as well. Because that still allows it to get the weapons in. Which was the goal here. And I'm also going to get rid of this one here completely. Because we are boosting the steel beams now too. And there will be way too much anyway. So let's just have my double track here. That goes all the way here. Down to the port. And then we have it here, right? And it goes all the way then over here. So unfortunately, even with all these mods available, there's still no way for me to build a double bridge here. I would love it. Unfortunately, all the way to this point, it's not possible. And there we have then the double tracks. And this, of course, goes then right in here into my power plant. To save a bit more space, we can also make this a bit differently. By getting it all the way here, right? And only here do we have then the tracks. Very good. And with that, we have finally the power plant. And I even have a bit of more room up here that I can use for something else, right? For some other industry. Perhaps even, that would be close. But even more furnaces I could squeeze in here. So this is working. Very good. Let's actually build it. And with that, ladies and gents, we have the first customer for oil. We're actually capped on oil right now. We haven't consumed it yet. So let's actually upgrade it 2 times again to get the maximum storage of 1,500 tons of oil. And there it is. The oil is being loaded already. And soon we should see a nice bump in production here. Now before this happens though, we still need to make sure that we get enough raw materials in, and that is the coal and the iron. So once again, I will also need to continue with that mountain road that we have up here, where you, by the way, at this point have a beautiful view over Crownfalls. Fantastic. As the city continues to grow. And in that case here, let's just check it out. Coal, iron, coal. Going to need all of this at this point now, especially with the electricity flowing. Do I still have... there's one more iron. I think we're down to only one more iron deposit. Yeah, that's the last one. Can't change that. Let's get the road over. That's 2 bridges we need to build for it, but that's okay. And with that, we have this one flowing now too. Yeah. We have a surplus production now, hopefully. No, we don't. Alright. Let's boost them by 50%. Let's also apply this to the coal mines. 50%. Let's reduce it for the steel beams. To get that negative happiness back again. We can also reduce it on the steel production, by the way. Even though the 50% is a lot. Let's not do this. Keep the 50%. And this should be the oil. There it is. And there you can also see why it's important to have a double track. Otherwise, these trains would not work now, right? Because they always need a free track available. And now they can work parallel. And that's the oil coming over. Right here. What? We are at war with Sean again? This is something I need to rectify. Perfect. He goes all the way to peace right away. Alright, there's the oil coming in. And with that, ladies and gents, electricity is flowing in Crownfalls. And with that, the steelworks, for example, that is electrified now, receives 100% production boost. All of these furnaces are 100% production boost. This pushes my steel production now all the way to 60 tons. Very good. However, of course, it also increases my consumption now to 55 tons. So we are having a bit of a deficit here now. The 63 tons that we need, and we produce only 54 tons. The same applies to the coal. So what can we do about this? Well, of course, we can now use the deposits that we have on the other islands. I would like to start here with asterisks because this already has the workforce shared, and we need workers for these mines, right? So we have the iron here, another coal here. And yeah, let's actually just build them right away. And this one for the coal. And I can still build two more. There is one already connected. And this one.
Ship constructed.
There you go. And with that, we also have a iron and coal production. I'm going to have my own trade route for this because the volume is actually quite there. And the coal. Let's use one of my numerous ships that we have at this point. Argus. Off you go for this trade route here. Very good. Off it goes with more iron. Now, we can also, of course, use the docklands for all of this. First of all, we have upgraded the fish already to level 3. The logs is at tier 4 now as well. Where's the soap, by the way? It's probably because the schnapps is full. No, it's not full. Let's push this to 200. And the soap still is at 500, so we need 500 more volume. So let's actually go ahead with one big trade for soap to push this one too. With all of that, we should be able now to build me a few more expert offices. 3 more. Perfect. I would like to do this very much. So might as well just get them on both sides here. Very good. And that's additional contracts that we have now available. And of course, we should be using that now for coal and iron import them, because that's going to be one of the cornerstones of my industry. We could also use it for steel directly. It really depends on the value here of what we can do. However, what we don't have at the moment is a high volume product like sewing machines. So sewing machines is probably my go-to here. So we could actually try it with sewing machines already and import the steel with it, but steel needs actually still something. 12 export and import contracts. So that's not going to be so easy. We can, however, use iron for now, right? And the ratio is 1 to 8 for this. And using sewing machines once more, or we are using soap, right? Because we have a nice soap production to get a bit of additional coal in. The ratio is actually much worse. That's interesting. Coal is way more valuable than iron. Alright, let's go ahead with 100 tons of soap export here, at least for the matter. Now, a few more ships are coming out. There you go. We can continue with more of these guys here. I might actually think about a third shipyard to get me also some... come on. To get me also some... some clippers out, right? Because we still need more clippers as well. So we are producing now warships here and also clippers now on the third shipyard then as well. Alright, of course, we will need... We're boosting soap, by the way, now, right? So, oh yes, we have a nice surplus there of soap. This will, of course, be not very good for the pigs. So, we will need to produce more pigs. And with that, I don't like it so much, but let's go ahead and have another area for the pig farms. Right over here. Not the biggest fan of it. And we might also consider boosting them. Ooh, that's a lot of unhappiness. Nope, we cannot do this. Let's also get rid of it already for the grain as well, right? We want to keep people not unhappy, because this leads to riots and stuff like that. Nasty stuff indeed. Let's have these guys here as well. Great. The warehouse. right? But we need additional pigs coming in. Should be more than that once they activate. We'll just see. Oh, we also received a care package. By whom? By Hugo Mercier. He brought me in a happiness care package. Thank you very much for this. You can also sabotage, of course. That would be the other direction then. Let's continue with some juicy upgrades to artisans. Also here in the center. These guys here especially. It's a lot of additional upgrades again that we have here now, right? And also here. Why are these guys not in the mood for it? It's the school. It's a bit too far away. Let's have a central school. It's just a temporary building here in the center because there's going to be engineers and investors here only, and they don't want the school, right? So it's only a temporary building, really. These guys here then, yep, the plague looks fine to me right now. Of course, there is still something roaming. But the doctors will really take care of it. On the streets of Crownfall. Now that's some beefy upgrades. Leading to 5,000 artisans right now. Which in return means, of course, we can go ahead and have a few more upgrades here to engineers. And don't forget, these guys here at least should get their electricity flowing. There it is. Not that it makes a big difference right now. If some of those engineers get electricity, right? Very good. Also more buildings have been unlocked, of course. And yeah, let's switch the skins. We're still in the build-up phase, right? So don't forget, we are going to add ornaments, we're going to add more service buildings, we're going to add even a nightlife district and stuff like that. But right now, I really just want to expand and get to a state of balance, more or less, right? We're still fighting for survival here against Miss Hunt especially. And at least until that is solved, at least partially, we can't focus too much on details at the moment. Alright, over here into Marcy, my ships can actually stay here. We have a very good defense. And I would also like to add a third clipper now to my rum trader. In the new world, do we have a ship? Yes, very good. Erebus, off you go. We will also need to add more storage capacity. Somewhere over here. We're full, right? Absolutely full on rum right now. Which is 400 tons. Let's quickly conquer this island here again. Actually, I think this is more important. Let's conquer Arundel. Because it's a bit in a way here, really. It attacks my ships that are passing by. And we can also build more flamethrowers. At least one more. And these would require more weapons then again. Right. Doesn't look like she is attacking right away. The defenses seem to work really well. And once again, we need to be super quick about this. Because of course, she will immediately react to this usually. And I don't want to risk my ships. Really just want to take the island and be gone again. I think even one ship would be enough, or two ships. But this of course speeds the whole thing up. Pity for that small village there. There you go. And let's quickly get those ships back home again. The main disadvantage here is she's sailing with the wind, I'm sailing against the wind, right? So we're super slow in this case here. She's only sending over some ships of the line, some basic ships, so that should be fine. And nothing else comes out of that. We get this island back. That's important. Now, Isabel, please. At some point now, it should really happen that we get that freaking white flag. Nope. Also, we have a lot of money. Let's continue by investing that. Look at the share value of Miss Hunt. It's yeah, it's exploding. 2,000 share income per share right now out of this one here. That's great. Since Miss Hunt also has achieved engineer level, and she's got some beautiful buildings there as well. Sorry, Anne, we're not doing this. I don't even need to have a relationship with Anne because, you know, it's out here in the old world, our original town. Let's get the materials. And let's get that fleet also down here somewhere. And from here then to the new world. And on top of everything, yeah, I mean, of course, you know, she's going to accept here right away. Both of these. Just keep them happy there too. And we might also purchase another share of Bent. She also has a very good share value. Let's do this. And with that, we have a balance of 46,000 right now. That just feels amazing. It's a very good income that we're working here with right now. Alright, someone actually took the rum. That's great. Right, those ships are gone now. My ships come back home safely. Problem solved. Back to the beautiful sights of Crownfall with electricity. Yeah, it looks more and more modern, right? Fantastic. And in Crownfall, we do have now something, and that is a huge surplus of steel finally that we need. And we need it for two things primarily. That is my sewing machine production. So let's go ahead and build me some 2 more sewing machine factories. Let's make it 3 sewing machine factories, in fact. This, of course, raises my consumption rate, but not by too much. The logs is also still totally fine, nothing to worry about. Now, this gives me the next production step that I would like to implement now, and that is the steam motors. That's a huge factory that we have there. So I do need to find a proper space for it, obviously. And in that case here, it requires electricity. It's the first building that really is not boosted by electricity, but it actually requires it to function. And for this very high-tech product, we are going to move the weapon factories a bit away now. So the weapon production is fine, of course. And to counter the loss of electricity that these guys have now, I mean, we can still try to give it to them. How far does it go? Nah, it's definitely not going to be reached by it. Here, perhaps, if we squeeze it in, some of them will still be electrified, right? Also, this one can still work. Perfect, actually. That's fine. Let's actually have just one more then to counter the loss for these. Right? And here, we do have then a lot of space now for that production. Let's just check it out. I would love to have one here and 2 here. Let's just try to make it work. We can even have 3 here. There you go. There's still the crossing here, right? And then this one. Right, they will have electricity, no props. And we could even add more. The bonus of these is also, so let's start building them actually. Oh, wait a second, yeah, brass. There's still something we need. But the bonus of these is they're also not as polluting as these ones here, right? So, of course, we also, as people get more advanced, they don't want to live close to dirty industry anymore, right? So, of course, here also the transition will be to move the dirty industry away. Now, brass is the other production that we still need. This is, once again, something that is only improved by electricity, so it's not required. And we are going to need a lot of brass, right? So it's a lot that we really need for the spectacles, for the advanced product. So we need to find us a new industry zone, right? This is not going to cut it anymore, nor is this area. So I'm going to go up here into this area. That's the mountain area that we have. And this is just perfect for it. We could also, of course, set it up on another island entirely. Preferably an island that has lots of copper and zinc. We don't have that, though. There's 2 copper here in Maynard. No, let's actually have it in Crownfall itself, the brass production. And it really doesn't take a lot of space, right? It's a very tiny production indeed. So, yeah, we can actually have it here. Why not? This is a district that we can also easily electrify then at some point if we keep the brass that long, right? So, start with it. Let's have the warehouses down here. And let's actually move the kitchen. Don't forget, the kitchens are also there just temporarily, right? So it's just a production that we have until we find Chef Michel. And then it's actually a thing of the past already. So let's have this one rolling in all the way. These guys definitely will need a fire station though, because brass smelters really like to catch fire. Let's upgrade this one right away. And the only thing we now need is, of course, the zinc and copper. We already have some of them with a road connection, like this one. Let's build it. To finally start with the copper. And yeah, this one just requires a bunch of workers there, really. And no props, really, getting this one done. Producing though very slowly, only 2 tons, right? Slowly it is because we don't have a lot of deposits in this game, in this world as a whole, right? So you're always just limited to 1 or 2. And those mines are not producing a lot of copper then. There's one more up here. Let's just have this one connected as well right away. Somewhere here there's a zinc then as well. And another coal one that I would like to use while we're here as well. In this area. And this one. Get both of them connected. To get the zinc in. So we got the 3 copper now connected. And now we got 1 zinc. There is the second zinc mine. And the third one is over here, where we already have a warehouse. Let's just upgrade this one, because it's going to need it. Very good. And with that, we can actually go in and get the brass smelters going. These produce every minute though, right? So we have now 3 of them, so that means 6 of them we can afford. So let's build them. 85,000 credits, no props. As we're entering now some really expensive industries, we actually need to keep some money at hand here as well, right? They're going to do the job now, and with that we have then the ability now to build the motor assembly line. 75,000 credits for 1 building. It's okay, it's all okay. What even hurts more is the production upkeep, which is 1,800 credits, right? Boosting us giving me quite a gap here now in down from my 45,000 that we were. Alright, but with that, a new industry is popping up, and a very important one at that as well. Plus it looks epic. Beautiful factories. Very detailed, not working at the moment. Still waiting for some resources. Also, we're a bit low on windows, so let's go in and build me 2 more sand mines. Another 2 more glass makers. And then more window makers. 4 of them. As we're out of windows at this point. So once again, production materials need to get boosted. So far so good. We got the first electrification going. We are boosting our steel industry. Started with the high-tech production of the steam motors. They're going to be very important. And a major step towards steamships. And other than that, onwards in the next episode. Stay tuned.